Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, vibrant field, where every blade of grass sways with purpose, each one unique yet part of a greater whole. This field is your life, and you are invited to walk through it, not as someone striving to be perfect, but as someone who is enough right now, just as you are. This is the heart of the Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, a book that serves as a gentle guide to living a wholehearted life, one rooted in courage, compassion, and connection. Through her research and personal stories, Brown reveals that our imperfections are not flaws to hide, but gifts to embrace, offering a path to a life filled with meaning, joy, and authenticity. Brown begins by introducing the concept of wholehearted living, a way of engaging with the world from a place of worthiness. She spent years studying shame, vulnerability, and courage, interviewing countless people to understand what makes some individuals thrive despite life's challenges. Her findings boil down to a simple yet profound truth. Those who live wholeheartedly believe they are enough. They do not chase perfection or try to prove their worth through achievements or approval. Instead, they embrace their imperfections, lean into vulnerability, and cultivate practices that foster resilience and joy. This book is not about becoming someone new. It is about uncovering who you already are and letting that person shine. At the core of wholehearted living are 10 guideposts, each a practice to help you navigate life with authenticity. The first guidepost is about cultivating authenticity by letting go of what others think. Brown encourages you to release the need to please everyone and instead listen to your own voice. Imagine shedding a heavy coat of expectations, feeling lighter as you choose to show up as your true self. Even when it feels risky, authenticity is not about being perfect, it is about being real, owning your story, and trusting that your worth does not depend on external validation. The second guidepost focuses on cultivating self-compassion and letting go of perfectionism. Brown describes perfectionism as a shield we carry to avoid criticism. But it is a shield that weighs us down, keeping us from truly living. Self-compassion, on the other hand, is like a warm embrace you give yourself when you stumble. It is about treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend, recognizing that mistakes are part of being human. By practicing self-compassion, you learn to see your imperfections as opportunities for growth, not as evidence of failure. Next, Brown emphasizes cultivating a resilient spirit by letting go of numbing and powerlessness. Life can be overwhelming, and many of us turn to distractions, scrolling on phones, overworking, or overeating to avoid pain. But resilience comes from facing those feelings head-on, allowing yourself to feel vulnerable and trusting that you can handle it. Picture yourself as a tree bending in a storm, but not breaking, rooted in the belief that you are stronger than you know. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, it is about showing up, feeling it all, and trusting you will come through. The fourth guidepost is about cultivating gratitude and joy by letting go of scarcity and fear of the dark. Brown shares that joy often comes in ordinary moments, a laugh with a friend, a quiet morning with coffee, but we miss these moments when we are caught in the mindset of not enough. Gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you notice the abundance already present in your life. Imagine keeping a small journal where you jot down 3 things each day that brought you joy or made you feel grateful. Over time, this practice rewires your heart to see life's beauty, even in tough times. Cultivating intuition and trusting faith, while letting go of the need for certainty, is the fifth guidepost. Brown explains that intuition is like an inner compass, guiding you when logic alone is not enough. Trusting it requires faith, not necessarily religious, but a belief in something bigger than yourself. Whether that is love, hope, or the universe, letting go of certainty means accepting that life is unpredictable and choosing to move forward anyway. It is like stepping onto a path shrouded in fog, trusting that each step will reveal the way. The sixth guidepost is about cultivating creativity and letting go of comparison. Creativity is not reserved for artists. It is a spark within everyone, expressed through problem-solving, parenting, or even cooking a meal. Comparison, however, stifles this spark, making you feel less than others. Brown invites you to embrace your unique gifts and create without worrying about how you measure up. Picture yourself painting a canvas, not to outdo someone else's masterpiece, but to express your own heart. Creativity flourishes when you let go of comparison and allow yourself to play. Next, Brown encourages cultivating play and rest by letting go of exhaustion as a status symbol and productivity as self-worth. In a culture that glorifies busyness, play and rest are radical acts of self-care. Play might mean dancing to your favorite song or trying a new hobby, while rest could be as simple as taking a nap or saying no to an overpacked schedule. Imagine giving yourself permission to pause, to laugh, to be silly, knowing that your worth is not tied to how much you accomplish. The eighth guidepost is about cultivating calm and stillness by letting go of anxiety as a lifestyle. Brown describes stillness as a practice of slowing down, breathing, and being present, even when life feels chaotic. It is not about eliminating anxiety, but about creating moments of peace amidst it. Think of stillness as a quiet lake within you, a place you can return to when the world feels overwhelming. By practicing calm, you build a reservoir of strength to face life's challenges. Cultivating meaningful work and letting go of self-doubt and supposed to is the ninth guidepost. Meaningful work is not always your job. It could be volunteering, raising a family, or pursuing a passion. Brown urges you to silence the inner critic that says you are not good enough and to reject society as rigid expectations of what you should do. Imagine pursuing something that lights you up, even if it does not fit the world's definition of success. Your work matters because it reflects who you are. Finally, the 10th guidepost is about cultivating laughter, song, and dance by letting go of being cool and always in control. Brown reminds us that these acts of joy connect us to our humanity. Laughter heals, song lifts the spirit, and dance frees the body. They are not about performing perfectly, but about letting go and embracing the moment. Picture yourself dancing in your kitchen, singing off-key, or laughing until your sides ache. These are the moments that make life wholehearted. Throughout the book, Brown weaves in personal stories that make her teachings relatable. She shares her own struggles with shame, vulnerability, and the pressure to be perfect, showing that wholehearted living is a practice, not a destination. Her voice is like that of a wise friend, encouraging yet honest, reminding you that the journey to embracing your imperfections is messy but beautiful. She also grounds her advice in research, drawing from her studies on shame and vulnerability to show that these emotions are universal, yet they do not have to define us. One of the book's most powerful messages is about vulnerability, which Brown calls the birthplace of love, belonging, and creativity. Vulnerability is not weakness, It is the courage to show up as you are, to share your true self, and to risk being seen. It is asking for help, saying, "I love you" first, or admitting you are struggling. Each time you choose vulnerability, you open the door to deeper connections and a fuller life. Brown's research shows that those who embrace vulnerability are the ones who feel most connected and alive. Another key theme is the difference between shame and guilt. Shame says, "I am bad," while guilt says, "I did something bad." Understanding this distinction helps you approach mistakes with compassion rather than self-loathing. Brown teaches that shame thrives in secrecy, but sharing your story with someone you trust can diminish its power. Imagine confiding in a friend and realizing you are not alone. Shame loses its grip when met with empathy and understanding. The book also explores the importance of connection. Wholehearted people build relationships based on authenticity and mutual support, not competition or judgment. Brown emphasizes that we are wired for connection, but it requires us to show up as our true selves. This means having the courage to be imperfect, to set boundaries, and to ask for what you need. Connection is not about fitting in. It is about belonging, feeling seen and valued for who you are. As you read The Gifts of Imperfection, you may find yourself reflecting on your own life. Perhaps you recognize the ways you have chased perfection or numbed your feelings to avoid pain. Brown's guideposts offer practical steps to shift these patterns. For example, she suggests small, actionable practices like writing a gratitude list, taking a few minutes for deep breathing, or setting aside time for play. These are not grand gestures, but tiny acts of courage that add up to a wholehearted life. The beauty of Brown's message is its universality. Whether you are a parent, a student, an artist, or a CEO, the guideposts apply to you. They are not about achieving a perfect life, but about living fully in the one you have. Each guidepost invites you to let go of something that holds you back. Whether it is fear, comparison, or exhaustion, and to cultivate something that lifts you up, like compassion, creativity, or joy. By the end of the book, you feel as though you have been given a map to navigate life's uncertainties. It is not a map that promises smooth roads or clear skies, but one that guides you through storms with courage and grace. Brown's words remind you that you are worthy of love and belonging, not because of what you do or how you look, but because you are human. Your imperfections are not something to hide. They are the very things that make you unique, relatable, and capable of growth. Reading The Gifts of Imperfection is like sitting down with a trusted mentor who sees your potential and cheers you on. It is an invitation to stop striving for an unattainable ideal and start embracing the messy, beautiful reality of who you are. Brown's research and stories show that wholehearted living is possible for everyone, no matter where you are in your journey. It requires courage to face your vulnerabilities, compassion to forgive your mistakes, and connection to share your true self with others. As you close the book, imagine stepping back into that vibrant field, the one that represents your life. You are not perfect, and you do not need to be. You are enough, just as you are, with all your quirks, dreams, and imperfections. Each step you take is a choice to live wholeheartedly, to show up, to be seen, and to trust that your worth is unshakable. The gifts of imperfection are not just lessons. They are treasures that light the way to a life of courage, compassion, and connection. Let them guide you, and know that you are never alone on this journey.